Hey man,
criminal guy.
I would give you.
When life is but a torture, welcome to Smiley's Corner. Yeah!
Oh no.
Welcome to Smiley's Corner. My name's Smiley. We're gathered here today with my good friend Cole,
Hey man.
my other good friend John.
Hey friend.
Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Got a little hung up in the garage band. I don't know
That'll
what's going on.
be your first edit.
Garage
First did
band.
it?
Yeah.
Garage band.
Wouldn't take a lot of work to just edit out like what was that 20 seconds it seemed like?
Yeah.
I think it seemed like that, but it's probably like 5. I was watching the timer. It was kind of weird. It like stopped at 15 and then picked back up at like 22. That's good. That's good.
Well, it won't be relevant because it'll be fixed, I think, by our editing man Smilie.
I don't know if I can edit the video.
Not the video.
Well, I think the audio is fine because it didn't turn on.
Yeah, but didn't it catch up?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I just saw it click on and I was like, okay.
I'm a numbers man. I'm always looking at those numbers. Those graphs of the sound levels
Uh-huh.
don't mean nothing.
No?
I'm all about the numbers, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I like watching those milliseconds go by.
Makes you dizzy. You always try to catch like 666. If you just hope, it happens.
I feel like it's just it's randomly generating numbers. I feel like it's probably not even going in order. It's just like.
Were you guys ever mesmerized like when you had your stopwatch and you were asked to time something or you just did it out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Were you guys like ever just mesmerized just watching the numbers, the seconds go?
Yeah, it's crazy like how many milliseconds are in like a second.
Yeah, you're trying to count.
It's like a million of them. What's funny is it's not even a million of them, is it?
I don't know.
I don't like that they call them milliseconds.
Well, a millipede doesn't have a million legs. I mean,
Not the ones you know. I'm pretty sure in some language a long time ago, milla is like 1,000.
Well, I mean, millennium. You can call that
There you go.
call it 100.
There you go. Yeah, we solved that.
Boom.
Okay.
Thanks to the Greeks,
Okay, do you guys...
the Romans.
What is a million? It's a...
Oh no. Is that a
Are you trying to think
question?
of like a term for a million?
Well,
What's
I'm
a
trying to
million,
think,
man?
Is a million like
Like if a milla means 1,000, are you trying to think of what would be a million? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I'm trying to think of like how many, if you broke a million down into like 1,000 units.
So now you're just confusing me.
Oh, I don't want
To you, John.
Is it 1,000 thousands?
I'm gonna say yes. Maybe 100,000s.
I'm gonna go with.
We
not
just
too sure.
gotta think about how many zeros we need to add. In a million, there's
Without a calculator, the zeros just get lost.
this is very.
There's not enough.
Well, no, it'd be
It's a
9.
thousand.
Yeah, 999. So one more, be 1,000. 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
Okay. Boom.
I was trying to picture how many zeros there were in each. Yeah, probably should have done that a lot quicker, but
So maybe that's
been a
where,
while since
where it
I've been
came
in school.
from. They're like 1,000 of these.
oh,
Hey, man. Well, that's
okay.
that's
Yeah, we
good
solved
stuff.
it. We solved it.
We're
can add
thinking
that.
on the air.
We can
Doing
add-
math on the air.
So far, we have a whole list of topics that we've covered: technical difficulties and how to break down a million into 1,000, which should have been like that, but. Well.
Like I said, I get just so lost with zeros and start thinking about, all right, so there's like this many zeros and it's like every third is,
It's a new thing.
You think
Yeah.
Lil Wayne knew the answer to that question? A milli, a milli, a milli, a milli.
I don't know the song.
Sorry, it's a bad joke.
Okay.
we don't listen to Lil Wayne.
No?
Yeah, we don't listen to Lil Wayne in this house.
Oh,
Oh, in this house we do. It's his house.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't listened
What's your
to
address again?
I haven't listened to
1200.
Lil Wayne in a while. I stopped after the Carter 3, maybe?
That's what I heard. You know what's funny is that was the one that I feel like blew him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like everyone stopped listening to him after that. I remember
you-
Logan wasn't crazy about it, but people were just like, "Oh, it's crazy," and then no one. He's still around.
Yeah.
Did you go on like a mean Lil Wayne tear of nothing but?
Well, Logan gave me like a data disc with like every Lil Wayne song that he had in his possession.
Nice.
So I just like broke it all down. Like I put it on my computer and broke it down into like albums and compilations and whatnot.
You did that much research?
Well, I mean, like he had them all
Not
tagged,
research, but
so I just had to like pull them up and like separate them because they're in like file folders and stuff. Like he.
a little bit of editing. A little bit of editing, right?
But yeah, I listened to like the first 2 or 3. Well, I say the first 2 or 3. The first like 2 or 3 Carters plus all the older stuff. The Block is Hot, and I can't remember what
What was
else.
the group he was in? The Pigeon Boys?
The Hot Boys.
Hot boy.
Well, that's the Cowboys defense.
No Limit?
You can't be
Well, I think,
No
when
Limit's,
did the Hot Boys come around?
like this year.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
They predate him.
No Limit's Master P. Cash Money is Lil Wayne
Ooh.
and Birdman.
Bidman.
Not the same thing, huh?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're both from Louisiana, though.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Master P's from Louisiana. I think he just moved to Los Angeles.
Do people, do you rock the ones that Lil Wayne's like 11 on?
11.
Like he's
Not
a
11.
child on?
Oh, I think I've heard some of that stuff.
No
but-
way he's that young, right?
I mean,
I know he broke
he's
out
at least
for-
a teenager, but I feel like that's what I always remember hearing about him was that he started really young.
Yeah, he was definitely like.
He's one of those self-made men.
like a 15-year-old just up there rapping.
I'm
Uh-huh.
curious.
I think so.
You know,
We can. we can
you,
Google it real
you
quick.
keep going about your business. I'll look it up. You talk about
When did Lil Wayne start?
actually. Before we move on, I just had 2 random porn news things I wanted to say.
Right.
I actually, speaking of hip hop, are you guys familiar with Lil Xan?
Yeah.
Pretty
No.
awful. But I found out Riley Reid had sex with him. And
Really?
I'm like, oh, that's kind of disappointing.
For a movie?
No, just cause they were hanging out and she had sex with him.
No.
It's
Lil
just
Xan.
Lil Xan. Do you
I don't know.
just
Lil
look up a
Xan.
picture of Lil Xan and you'll be like, wow,
used
really?
to-
I understand that she's a porn star.
He
But
used
like,
to go out
for
with
free, you do that?
Miley Cyrus's little sister.
I didn't know she had a little sister. That sounds I don't know why that sounds creepier to me. It's
That
like
does sound kind of weird.
I find Miley
She was
Cyrus
of
very
age.
attractive, but it
Oh.
just she's still kind of known as that.
Hannah
that-
Montana.
Hannah.
It's funny. We go to that to remember Boy Meets World. I might have told you this already.
I remember Boy Meets World for sure.
You remember Rachel from the college years?
Yes. She was on Friends.
She is also now transitioning into porn.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
How old is she?
I saw 42. I saw a TMZ video, and I didn't look up any videos yet, but I looked up pictures, and I'm like, well, there are definitely pornographic pictures that exist.
Wait. I think
Maitland
I'm-
Ward. She's a
Rachel
taller,
from the college years?
Is that
oh,
the tall redhead?
Yeah,
Wow.
she does porn now.
Okay.
And she was
Yeah.
like very, she was very,
Like,
like
it's not Angela.
very, very pro. She says like, yeah, I've talked to other cast members, and I don't remember who exactly. She didn't say any of the people I recognize, but I mean, she doesn't look like she's down and out or anything. But it's funny though, because the TMZ guy asked her, is like, I gotta ask, like, are you worried about this, affecting your career? And she said, no, it's actually opened up a lot more opportunities. And I'm like, I don't know about that, because I haven't seen you in anything.
Well,
So I
maybe
don't know
she's
how
one
this
of those people that just kind of flitted by doing like little like a random Law and Order episode or like
I can see that, but I don't know how this is going to get her more of those opportunities.
General Hospital.
Anywhere on, the soaps, the CIS, or not CIS.
CSI.
CSI, and...
NCIS.
No, it's NCSI
NCIS.
LA. LA.
Hey, I never figured out which one Cool J is on. LL Cool J and
It's
Robin.
NCIS
LA?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Nice. Well, Rachel was always the one that didn't her and Sean go out?
I can't remember if it was her
No,
and
no,
Sean
it's
or
her-
her and is it Matt?
It was Sean and Angela. There's no way. It
Yeah,
was
Sean.
just
It was the brother
Was it?
of Sean. I don't remember the guy's name. One of the Lawrence brothers. I think it's Matt Lawrence, but
Yeah,
I
it
remember
wasn't
his name in
Eric.
the show. What the fuck was his name in the show? That's gonna bug me. And I'm not
The
looking.
one with the
that up.
goatee. Not the goatee, but the soul patch.
Yeah, it was real,
Flavor Saver.
He's real fit. He's real fit. He's buff.
He's a good-looking guy.
He
He's
looked
the
like-
middle.
he
He's the
looked-
middle brother.
Yeah, he looked like Zac Efron before Zac Efron came on the scene.
Him and Eric were always. Didn't they have a couple of fights to get Rachel? And
Sure. There was a problem with their dad. Like, hey man, I love our dad, but you don't love him anymore and stuff. And
I think there was one time where Eric took a joke too far, and then Rachel's character had like a serious scene, and it got kind of weird for a second because you're like, I'm supposed to be laughing. This is supposed to be Boy Meets World, not Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
I don't know.
But
But, it was like her acting very dramatic.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
a-
was
it's-
like,
it always
Didn't they
makes me
always
think of
have
this.
those like I don't know, after school specials?
You have to-
little
yeah.
PSA thing.
You have
Yeah.
to splice in.
Don't do
those.
drugs.
Yeah.
Don't I don't know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
There was
the
none
Saved
of
by the
that
Bell
on
one.
Boy Meets World. And,
Don't get people pregnant.
I feel
Or
like it
do
all.
get
I
people
feel like it all revolved around Sean being like, "Oh man, I'm so sad all the time. My dad." And my
Sean had
mom."
the drinking thing back in like the high school years.
Did he really?
Yes, I remember.
Wow.
I don't remember specifics, but if we were to do enough research, I said that weird. If we were to do enough research, you would find an episode where Sean is like left to his own.
Did they have a drug episode? Or is that
I don't think they
considered-
do. I think that's the closest they came was the just the Sean being a wild boy and drinking.
You don't think
Wow.
like somebody offered like Corey a joint or something and be like, "No man, I'm cool."
Man, I'm pretty sure I've seen almost all of that show.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how, like, I was just thinking about this because I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw something about another marijuana bill in federal court to get passed or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's just funny if, like, we're going to look back on the drug episodes in 20 years where it's like, whoa, bro, don't hand me that weed. And it's going to be, like, available at every fucking corner store. And it's like, you probably should have picked although I get it, if it's, if you're on TGIF, maybe not do the fucking heroin episode
Yeah.
or anything, but
Do the Xanax episode.
the fucking Saved by the Bell had the pills, and pills are a very serious problem, especially nowadays.
Yeah,
You know what she
Jesse
was
was
on,
on
right?
speed.
No, I don't think they were speed.
It was like
Ice.
diet pills.
I remember specifically Zach going up to the drug dealer and saying, "Hey, don't be selling Jesse any more greenies, all right?"
Fucking
She almost lost. She almost fucked up the ACT because of greenies.
I think she was like taking
asshole.
Dexatrim or something.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't. Did they get that specific in the?
Well, I think it was
Hey man, can I get
like
some fentanyl?
they were diet pills, but
Yeah.
I think Dexatrim had like some kind of upper that was available over the counter up to a certain point, and then they banned it.
Hey, Family Ties had an episode where he was, where Alex basically got on speed so he could do really well in school.
Was he just studying? He wasn't doing it for
Yeah, it was all
performance
that is-
enhancing.
That is funny. It's always, I think with
Physical.
Jesse, it was all like
Yeah.
academics too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta
funny.
be a perfect student.
Isn't that weird how they make the smart kids look like the drug addicts and not like the
Yeah. Why
shitheads?
didn't they
like,
show Slater like throwing hormones into his ass, like
Yeah.
getting ready for a
Let's be
football
honest.
game?
HGH.
Zach is the guy that's probably
Steroids.
abusing drugs and stuff in college. Like, let's be honest. Like that guy.
But not even the cameras are getting him. He's so sneaky about it. You'll never have a drug episode.
The smart
with him.
kids, look at that. They don't respect them.
He's got acid in his giant phone.
Well, you know what's really weird is like I remember the Family Ties
Pops out
episode.
that acid tab like at the bottom.
Yeah.
I remember the Family Ties episode being funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when he's on the drugs, up until a point to where his parents like it's just he's rolling around in his room like rolling from his desk, and it was like even like the audience is laughing. I'm like, this is funny, but it's just weird because in 5 minutes, all of a sudden we're gonna be like, whoa, man, take it easy on the fucking pills.
Did he get on top of his desk and act like he was surfing?
You know, I don't. I
Sort of
think
like on top of a van.
if I remember correctly, I believe he was in his room studying. If I remember correctly, I think he came down the stairs and he did they had this weird staircase, but he did the whole jump down thing. Like, all right, let's fucking do this. And they're playing like a board game, and he's getting like way into it. And it kind of just, I hope that's the same episode because they've had a few. Tom Hanks was on it. He was the drunk uncle. They had a drinking episode too.
Nice.
Everyone's got to have those.
But it's just so weird that Boy Meets World never really had more than that one.
Well, it's funny
You know,
that we're
for a
talking
show
about
in
all
the
these.
90s, so like so pot aware, you know, and the I don't know.
It's funny that we're talking about all the scenes because the guy also asked her like, so what's the deal with like a parody? And she was like, that could definitely happen. That could definitely happen. And I don't know how I feel. I really don't know how you're gonna ingratiate yourself to like your old castmates and being like, I don't know if you see. I just forgot. Is it Ben Savage? Yeah, Ben Savage. Like,
Yeah.
hey man,
Not Fred.
I fucked you. Well, a parody is a thing.
Well,
So,
she's really fucked herself, as it were. Like when it comes to Boy Meets World reunion. Like, there's no way they're gonna let her.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Would
or
they
maybe
like?
they would.
Like,
Who knows?
Man, who knows? Like,
In 5 years, whenever the college years gets reunited,
Well, did Dustin Diamond come back for any of the Saved by the Bell stuff? Because he's been in a
Aren't
lot
they
of
still
fucked
in
up
talks?
shit.
but they didn't. But they didn't have like they didn't make a movie or anything. It was all like the only stuff I ever saw was like skits on Jimmy Fallon, which I'm wondering, would she be invited? Man, I would hope she would. It's not like she's not an asshole. Like she just fucks for a living.
she chose a different path.
Do they have porn stars on late night shows?
Stormy Daniels.
Oh,
sure.
Wow. Wonder how she got invited.
I'm sure Jen Jameson's been on at least one of those.
I bet
Who was that
Sasha
one?
Grey.
That was the one I'm
might
thinking
have
of.
been.
The
Yes,
one that
yes.
kind of
She was in the Soderbergh movie.
Really?
The perfect or the girlfriend
Experience. Yeah.
Wait, that's the name of the movie?
Yeah, the girlfriend.
Oh,
Experience.
okay. I
'Cause
thought
it's all about
for a second
those,
I thought you were saying that was her name. Like,
It's all about those hookers that basically pretend to be your girlfriend for however much money you have to spend.
oh, okay.
So they'll go out to dinner and they expect you to like buy them gifts and shit, but they'll
If that's the role to get you in, that makes sense.
Who did that movie? Soderbergh?
I'm pretty sure.
Huh. It was a very wordy, very like a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy? The Newsroom and fuck, what that was
Oh,
the
you
show
thinking-
on?
Is it Aaron Sorkin?
I'm
Is that
thinking
the
of
guy?
Sorkin. Fuck me. My bad.
He did. Wait, Aaron Sorkin.
Sorkin is wordy though.
I think Sorkin's the Facebook movie guy.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
something.
sounds
right.
I think you're right about Newsroom.
Mhm.
That's what clicked. Was it called Newsroom? I think it was called Newsroom.
Yeah.
The Newsroom.
Yeah.
I gotta see that show. I've heard great things about it, but I've never.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Not good.
Man, I watched it all the way through, and after it was done, I was like, "Hey, that's pretty good stuff." And then I did a little bit more reading, and this shit's not very accurate, and it's very,
really?
it's not very accurate. There's just some weird stuff going on.
I got you. Is it like?
It just turned out to be a fraud, and
I see what you're saying.
all the while I was like, man, I don't know how journalism really works. I don't know how a newsroom really works.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Peter Jennings was about as far as I went. Like, I don't know.
So was
That's
it
how
one of those?
news anchors are?
Was it kind of trying to like maybe make a
It
statement
was way
or something?
too. Yeah, it was kind of. It was too busy, like Sorkin will be,
Mhm,
and it was
okay.
just too. I don't know, man. It just, from what I gathered, it's not a very good representation of how a newsroom works.
Oh,
And
okay.
definitely like sort of the behind the scenes stuff, like none of that shit would fly.
Oh, okay.
That's from what I
So
gathered.
he's like,
So
I get you.
it's good for on the face, like, oh yeah, cool. Olivia Munn's great. Although there is a really annoying jackass in it that you'll.
So
you
I
would-
shouldn't quote the newsroom to like news people. Be like, yeah, I know how it works. I saw newsroom. Like mother.
I don't think so, but that Jeff Daniels speech in the beginning, I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've both seen
Is
it.
it about global warming?
He just kind of shits on America a little bit. And
And
this was back in, oh man, this was like 11?
I thought this was a way older show, but okay, I know what you're talking
I think
about.
it's like 09, 10, 11, somewhere in there.
I do. What's funny is, for some odd reason, I thought the newsroom was a '90s show, but I know the exact show you're talking about with Jeff Daniels. But it just now clicked that was the newsroom. Because I remember.
You're thinking of the Sunset Strip?
Fuck, are you talking about the Matthew Perry show?
Matthew Perry.
How the fuck do I know that? I can't even believe I remember that.
That was his first thing after, or one of his first big things after Friends.
Yeah, because he had that show where he was
ended.
going to be a teacher or something? Or was that the same show? There was another show. I'm going to look it up, and now I'm going to find out Matthew Perry's whole
He had a
thing.
failed reboot of Two of a Kind, I think.
Two of Kind? You're not thinking Whole 9 Yards, are you?
No, I'm thinking of a CBS sitcom
Oh.
that recently failed.
God, that sucks, man.
That's okay.
Got the whole 9 and 10 yards.
Don't feel sorry for that guy. He has millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
He's great. He's
They're all
he's
great.
doing
They're
all right.
they're all America's sweethearts, pretty much.
Yeah, go Rachel. Hope to see you soon on a Pornhub search. Be a little wild one night.
Oh, not the Friends Rachel, by the way. We don't want to.
Not Rachel
Yeah, we
Karen
kind of
Green.
weird and did a transition, but
Yeah,
you'll see her. She'll pop up. I'm sure she'll be really popular.
From the world.
Maitland Ward is her name. It's a weird name. It's kind of a pretty name, but it's funny. I mean,
She
don't
going
hear
by
me.
her real name?
Yeah,
You
like
kind of got to, right?
yeah,
There's no way you're going to
it's
be
like
like
if Jennifer Aniston's like, I'm gonna go into porn, but I'm gonna go as like
Jenna Firecrotch.
yeah. It's like we
Do you
know
think
who
anybody
you are.
Knew her real name in the first place, though?
Of course.
Oh, damn, that's cold-blooded, son. I will say, and I was like, Maitland Ward. It was one of those things I had to immediately search it because I knew it was one of those names that, like, I'm not going to remember that tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I got to look this up now. So, like, oh, that's a weird name. I'll remember it, but then never
But it
fucking
wouldn't take
do.
that much research to find her name.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
if you just kind of
What's funny is if you see
do
her,
the
like,
playback.
maybe she's had work done, but she looks pretty natural.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want to say she looks unrecognizable, but, like, if I just saw her on the street, I'd be like, oh, that's a really pretty woman. But it didn't...
Roy Orbison.
I wouldn't. It wouldn't click right away. They're like, oh, that's the girl. Because I mean, she is 42 now. This was 20 plus years ago.
She's a handsome woman now.
I wouldn't.
Hey, Maitland Ward. How you doing?
Yeah, she's pretty. But like, it wouldn't immediately click that. Oh, that's that chick that I last saw 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
What a weird age to start going into the porn biz at
Yeah,
42 or
And I don't-
41. I don't know.
and that's the thing too is like you're not really riding high on the popularity of Boy Meets World because I feel like you're like in her head she's thinking like, oh, I'm an actress. I've been to real shows and movies.
Uh-huh.
I've got it. It's like no one cares.
Man, there's
I
not a
feel
lot
bad
of
talking bad about her, but
there's not a lot of acting credits after Boy Meets World. Notables are Boston Public. Hey now.
I remember that show.
Hey, she played a character named Rachel. And White Chicks.
She was in White Chick. That's funny.
She played a character named
I
Bettany.
thought you were gonna say White Chick. She played White Chick.
Her last credit was Rules of Engagement, and that was in 07. So she's been
And then they have
kind of
Fuck
doing
My
this and that.
Giant White Pussy with Your Thick Black Cock 2.
Oh, she did some cosplay and social media stuff.
Oh, she's trying to get in any way she can, I guess. Cosplay. I don't never know. I never cosplay. Like I think there's some people. There's a girl I work with that does like cosplay. I think she genuinely enjoys, but some people I kind of like. Are you just? I just feel like that's their end. Like I'm sexy, and I wear
think they're
sexy
doing it for
costumes.
the gram?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's pretty obvious. Some of them are. I just feel like they're not. I don't know. I hate like disingenuous geeks more than anything. Not more than anything, but
Yeah, as a true geek.
I ain't no
like,
fucking geek.
Come on.
Not like. Yeah, but some of these people, it's like.
You'd be a lot cooler if you owned it, bro.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, look at my pop figure. It's like fucking
Right.
lame.
Come on, man.
Bro, put that in the yonder bag.
Over yonder.
So did you guys know that Epstein didn't kill himself?
I had a hunch.
Shit.
I had a hunch.
It was me.
It was you?
Mhm.
What'd you do?
I was just trying to lead into your information about Epstein.
Oh.
So you walked in while those two guys were just snoozing, buying motorcycle parts, looking at love seats,
Looking at motorcycle parts.
and just, here I go.
Man, that's fucked up.
Who sent you, John?
Weird thing. It was I couldn't think of a name quick enough.
Fred Savage?
I didn't want to say. Yeah, it was Maitland Ward of all people.
Ghislaine Maxwell?
What?
We're familiar.
Oh, yeah. What's that lady doing?
hiding somewhere.
You know what's funny?
Boy, no joke.
I think I had a long rant a long time ago about the socialite thing, but you're gonna get to the Prince Andrew. There were several pictures of him with a Canadian socialite or British socialite. Like, who the fuck? That's a.
So the prison guards that were on duty, they face federal charges of falsifying records.
No way.
What is it? It says they repeatedly failed to complete mandated counts of prisoners under their watch and instead sat at their desk and browsed the internet. This is all according to prosecutors. It's all alleged.
I see one of them's name is Michael Thomas. That's
don't...
not the Saints receiver, is it?
No.
So you don't think these guys fell asleep? Isn't that kind of fucked up to think like, hey, I just got a job at a prison. I work at a prison. Oh shit! Like one of the biggest notorious pedophiles is going to stay at our prison, and now
we best be our best
because
behavior.
you work there. Whoever killed it, they're also going to implicate you. Like these guys are probably going to go to jail.
They're fall guys, man.
Even though, but like I don't feel.
Well, I wonder if it was like here is a large sum of money, not even like a crazy amount of money, like something larger than these people see on a regular basis.
I don't think they had
$500,000.
I don't think they had to pay him off at all.
No.
I think they just did what they wanted to do, and they're like, "Hey, you can't do that." Like, "Oh, we can't." That's weird.
I think we can.
Have fun in prison, my friend.
But I think that it was probably something to the effect of like, here's some money, go in there and hang out, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Pay no attention to any of the screaming from around the corner.
I was yelling.
Yeah. No matter what you hear, don't come back until this time.
Well, that's what sucks too. Is like imagine yourself in that position. Like these guys are gonna go to jail now. Like in the guard's position, like what would you do in that situation? Somebody
or they might
comes
have
to you and says, "Hey,
might not
here's
have
some
even,
money. I'm gonna go." Like
there might not even been money involved. It might have just been like, do this or we'll fucking kill you. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you're just like, dude, I just got this
dead.
job just to get this job, and now I'm like,
yeah, I'm trying to feed my 27 children and my 3 crackhead wives.
damn, dude, fucking.
Man, sometimes the innocent folks get fucked.
That's
just,
what I mean. That's what. That's
not
what
saying
pisses
these
me
two
off about
guys
this.
are completely innocent, but man, sometimes you just find yourself like working at a jail.
Yeah, and anyone that's like saying like these guys should have stood up and not taken the money or not taken the threats and saved Jeffrey Epstein's life. That's what I'm saying. Like any situation, like you're fucked. We're gonna go to prison.
Line.
We're gonna die. We're gonna like.
It says so they signed all these things falsely, but it says no guards have monitored the area between 10:30 p.m. on August 9th until 6:33 a.m. on August 10th.
Was it like 8 hours?
8.5, something like that. Yeah.
Jeez, it's a long time to.
Most people are sleeping at that time. To be fair, they're like,
Yeah, I gotta sleep too. He's gotta sleep.
He's probably just having a bad dream. He's Jeffrey Epstein. He's probably got a lot of bad dreams.
But yeah, the 2 guards are each charged with 1 count of conspiring to defraud the United States by impairing, obstructing, and defeating the lawful functions of the MCC and to make false records. Yeah. The charge carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison.
5 years?
Yeah.
I heard that negligent homicide will only get you 3 down in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I know this because a guy accidentally let his granddaughter. They were on a cruise ship and they were by a window, and he was holding her, and she fell.
Wow.
And now he's been charged with negligent homicide.
Were they actually in Puerto Rico or were they out on the water?
Not sure.
They're in international waters. You may have a case.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or no case.
I was sort of eating while watching the NBC Nightly News. Like, oh man, this fucking fettuccine Alfredo is great. But that's a random fun fact. That's a free fact for you.
So if you're ever thinking about being a little negligent and homicidal,
Puerto Rico.
Sounds like Christopher Long. Homicidal.
It says after Tuesday's hearing, Thomas's attorney, one of the guards, Montel Figgins, told reporters the 2 guards were being used as scapegoats.
It sounds like a Dave Chappelle
Yeah, for
character.
sure.
Montel Figgins.
We feel this is a rush to judgment by the U.S. Attorney's Office. They're going after the low man on the totem pole.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, these guys... So, this is what I don't understand. Like, they're going to jail for a falsifying, sleeping, whatever, not... But they haven't caught the... Like... So this is... So they're still going... I'm just trying to figure all this out. Because I'm like... So they're still going under the assumption that this man killed himself. And if these two would have done their job, he wouldn't have been able to do that.
Correct.
Okay, because I keep thinking like most normal people, like, oh, he was murdered. And I'm like, so you're saying these guys should have been awake to stop someone from walking in
But yeah, I think
to murder?
the only person that said anything different was the Epstein's brother. Got another doctor to take a second look at it, but none of that was official.
Dude, I heard, do you remember that show Autopsy?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. I heard that Dr. Michael Baden was involved in this case.
Really?
I don't know if that's true. I haven't, looked into it, but it sounds too good to be true. Because I hope there's an HBO show that comes about it. There's probably going to be lots of fucking movies. And
On this?
yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be a ways down the road, though.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Man, that Scientology documentary came out way after all that shit happened.
I'm just trying to think about how I feel about these two guards. Like, there's nothing they could have done that was right. I mean, I get if he did kill himself, then they could have stopped that.
I hope whenever they're in jail, whatever request they have, I hope it's fulfilled. You know,
Yeah, I don't, man.
if they want March 3rd, 2003 Pearl Jam bootleg,
But
they'll have it.
it is a good point. Like, I mean, they may have got nothing. That could have been their normal MO. Like, they're like, we just hang out here and get a paycheck. And they continued to do that, and they just happen to have a high-profile guy in there, and they're like, fuck.
Because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, if these dudes are sleeping, still somebody, like, is a prison a place you can just, like, well, I know what cell he's in. I'm just going to walk past the guards, get into the cell.
Well, didn't the...
Like, they would have to be, if he was murdered, he would have to be let into the cell, right?
the closed-circuit television, didn't it, like, the cameras shut off?
Yeah, I heard
Shorted
about
out,
that
man.
too.
And whoever went into that cell had a skeleton key. Of course they did. Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's what
man.
we need to do is we need to figure out how we would have murdered Jeffrey Epstein, and that's how we solve the crime. We put our mind...
There's no crime. Dark figures are working behind this, and there's no point in trying to
Or maybe,
get
It
to
is
the
kind of
bottom
funny.
of
It's
it.
like, how could they get away with it? But when you're that powerful, it's like, dude, I can walk into a fucking Walmart and murder somebody and get away with it.
Maybe
like,
they drugged them, and they did legitimately fall asleep, and somebody snuck in while they were asleep.
Of course, it's shadowy figure shit that we'll never ever know about
Maybe
until.
they shot in gas.
But
through
it
the
still
air
just
vents.
it just still seems weird to me that, like,
Maybe.
I mean, I've never been in a prison. It just seems weird to me that someone, and I mean, easily a prisoner could, like, not say anything, but, like, I don't know.
Well,
I'm
he was
just
also
picturing this-
supposed to have a cellmate, and they got rid of the cellmate.
Did he just like get sent home on good behavior or something?
No, I think they moved him.
Well, I mean,
Convenient.
supposedly pedophiles don't do very well in prison, so I don't know.
Well, he
Maybe
was
his
kept-
cellmate probably would have murdered him.
He was kept in like a special area.
That's true. He
because
was
of his
kept away.
situation, yeah.
He was kept away.
Kept
It's all
away.
adding up, man. Gotta say.
Kept away.
Maybe the guards did
Shaq.
it. Maybe they're just like, fuck this guy. Fuck this piece of shit. Let's murder his ass.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't want to know, but I'll never know. And I know the day is gonna come when it's like finally all the facts are out, and I'm still gonna be like,
You're gonna be like 60.
I don't think those are all the facts. I still don't think those are all the facts.
Dude, YouTube.
Because I get, dude,
YouTube
if they had video of him being murdered, people would still be like, Photoshop.
It's a deep fake.
Yeah, it's
Afterlife
Oh,
YouTube is what I
no.
mean. Afterlife YouTube.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
the Prince Andrew interview. We can get into that if I want to.
yeah, I would like to.
They have that picture of him with the 17-year-old at the time, and he's like,
Never met her.
he denied like ever meeting her. He has no recollection of ever meeting her ever. And there's a picture of him with his arm around her waist, and he said his people can't determine whether or not it's real or not.
My people
because it's a picture of a picture of a picture.
I'm not sure that's my hand around her waist.
Yeah.
I do like the. It's always funny to me too. What kind of bugs me about that, and when I watch the clips of it, is it's like they always let a guy tell a story, and then they're like, "Well, what's this?" It's like, "Oh," and it's funny because it makes them, they're caught in a lie. But it's like all this evidence that you're holding and like waiting to like trap these guys with. Why don't you just let all that out? Like instead of being like, what about this girl that you were with in 1993? Like, oh, I never met her. Well, what about this picture? How about show the picture? Like, it just seems like to me like people are stockpiling all this evidence against these guys, but they're not like they're just waiting till they're like, oh, look at me lied. Fuck, got your ass. Like, why don't you get all that out? Because it seems like
surprise them. You mean?
Yeah. I just wish they would release everything because it's always like somebody will say something like. I don't know, fucking who else? Like a Clinton will be like, oh, I've never met that girl either. Well, what about this? How about you clearly have a stockpile of pictures and photos, and I hear about plane. I'm like, why don't you just let all that out? I keep hearing about it. Just get it all out there.
Maybe they're just trying to throw them off balance so they fuck up and say the wrong thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe it's not good journalism etiquette. I don't know.
I guess that.
But I thought it was hilarious. The girl said in her testimony that they danced at some nightclub in London, and he was profusely sweating, and he claims that he could not sweat at the time because of a medical condition. he got exposed to too much adrenaline during the Falkland Wars. He got shot at. So his body could not physically produce sweat, but he's undergone therapy so that now he is better able to sweat now.
That was the greatest thing I ever heard.
Sweating guy now, guys.
I couldn't sweat at the time.
There's that, insane. And there's he said that he wouldn't
Why not just say no, it wasn't fucking me. Just keep being deny, not like.
Yeah, but they already got him.
I was there, but I just wasn't sweating. Like that's the thing you're gonna go with, like.
Isn't sweating I know it's not a key to survival, but if you can't sweat,
it's not good.
How are you going to release toxins out of your body? Only through piss and your breath and.
I wonder if that was one of those coach things. Like somebody did their research, it actually turns out there's a thing.
Playing devil's advocate, I think there are conditions where people have trouble.
The rarest of rare.
Yeah.
Though.
But there are real things where people can't sweat. I'm not really sure how all that stuff gets out of their body, but I think they smell really weird. Probably.
You know what would be funny though is if
oh man,
they basically falsify news stuff. So they have articles about this condition, but they're all fake. They're made by the people behind him. So they're out on the internet. Then he claims that he can't sweat. And you're like, well, I'm going to look that up. Oh, turns out it's real. But it was all, planted there. Because I've heard of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like with the comic book guys, they're it's weird because, they're labeled as Nazis, even though they're clearly not Nazis. But people will write articles and stuff about him. So whenever you, you don't know who he is, so you'll hear about him oh, I'll look this guy up. Oh, there's articles about him being a Nazi. I guess it's true. And it's those articles are 4 or 5 years old. They were bullshit then, but if you're not aware of the situation, you're just going to assume that's true.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I don't think they thought that deep into making up the whole sweating thing, but...
I was also confused.
Never know.
Well, there were, a bunch of things that I thought were stupid, but one of them that really confused me was they kept asking him, are you friends with this guy? Would you consider, a good friendship? Blah, blah, all these things, and it was obvious, these dudes were bros. They ran around and did fucked up shit all over the world. But he's no, we were just hanging out. I was friends with his girlfriend, and that's why we're friends and all this stuff. But he would never talk badly about Epstein. He kept dancing around it.
What was the...
And I don't understand, she even, what was it? He said something about him acting...
It's unbecoming.
Yeah, unbecoming. She was he was a sex offender. But, I don't know if that's some kind of weird, cultish...
I kind of thought it was, a British thing,
Oh.
Just Norm Macdonald has the joke about Albert Fish being yeah, he murdered this guy and cut him up and ate him. This guy's a real jerk. But that's what I just.
But even she was do you regret being friends with this guy? And he's Not entirely, because he was talking about how like because I mean,
He made connections.
Even
he made
if you-
connections. He met like probably
I
some of the
learned a
most
lot from
like
him.
smart, like the smartest people in the world. Because Epstein hung out with all those scientists and shit.
That's what I don't get. Like, dude, the reason you're having this interview is because you're friends with Epstein. So just take a moment to soak in what's going on right now and be like, yeah, I totally regret it. Just say you regret it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how you can be a
But
pedophile, but not like, I don't want to lie. Like,
But
yeah.
I wonder if it's some kind
The
of
cult would disapprove.
Yeah.
John.
I guess so.
Yeah, they don't want him like bad mouthing this
Oh,
other guy that was in their group.
Yeah,
But
man.
that's...
They made a blood oath, probably anally, so they're fucking tied.
Yeah, but it
And
makes...
I'm kind of not joking.
But it makes him look worse, and it, like, everyone's going to go down with him.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
he's
like.
gonna disappear. Like he said today, he's gonna disappear from public life.
I mean, he might
then
disappear like
he's
Epstein
gonna-
disappeared.
Right, and he's gonna be reunited with his bro, and they're gonna continue doing some Eiffel Tower shit,
Golly, man.
and then they'll just be off somewhere else. So
But I don't doubt that they just told him like they're just like try to maintain your composure, like deny everything, and we'll do our best to make this go away. Like just keep your head down and shut the fuck up.
I mean, all you got to do is wait it out. Like,
yeah, we got the elections coming up. We're gonna get off this.
yeah, the whole impeachment
soon,
thing's
so-
happening right now.
But
People will just forget
Andrew's
about
like
it.
been having to deal with this since what, like 2010 at least.
Poor guy.
Yeah, we all knew. Yeah, that was said in jest.
People have been asking him questions, but I thought it was fucked up too. I know this is like coming from Fox News. There might have been other news sources, but apparently, Fergie, the Duchess, the former Duchess, I don't know if
Yeah.
she's still considered Duchess, but she was talking about how well he composed himself and how he was like a proper gentleman and all this shit. So I think they're all in cahoots. They're all
And how old
fucking
was she?
awful people.
Yeah, of course. As much as I like the Brits,
Oh, I
I
think
do not approve of this.
I think I've already made the connection a long time ago. But that is weird. Prince Andrew, Fergie, Michael fucking Jackson.
Yeah.
This is getting. They all know each other, dude.
And Fergie was
God.
on an episode of Friends.
Was she really? You're
Yeah.
not. You're
When
not
they
talking
went
about
to
Black Eyed
London.
Peas, right? Oh no! Wow.
When they went to
Was
London.
she married to Michael Jackson, or were they just like dating it? Or I don't even think they were dating it. It was just like she's probably that. I can never remember that lady's name. The socialite. That's
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell. That's sex trafficking.
Very sexy.
I feel
name.
like that's too perfect. That those two things are linked.
Yeah.
Of course.
And how big is this, man? Like how big is
Probably
this?
disgustingly big.
Why is
You don't even want to know, man.
I just like
Like uncomfortably big.
I don't understand why fucking
Yeah.
kids is so great for these people. Like
Say it slower.
they could literally have an island of 20-year-olds and be totally fine. It'd be kind of crazy. It'd be weird. Like holy shit, there's like just
That would be crazy insane.
yeah. I mean, but it wouldn't necessarily be. I mean,
Well, it's still human trafficking.
yeah, it's true. Forgot about that. Well, I'm sure you could find people willing to like. Yeah, I'll go. We talked about a woman that fucked Lil Xan.
Lil
She was
Xan.
bored. I'm pretty sure.
But you don't think she did it for the clout?
I would argue that Riley Reid has more clout than Lil Xan.
When is her face tat coming?
I don't know.
As it
Man,
were.
I hope not.
Face
I hope
coming.
not. And it wasn't like she did it to. Like someone else brought it up on a podcast. Like, oh, I saw you hanging out. Did you do it? Like she told them, but it wasn't like she like Snapchatted like, yo, what's up, Lil Xan? I don't know a Lil Xan song. I just know.
Well, she did that with Adam 22 and his girlfriend. They did like a Snapchat. They fucked.
See, that kind of makes sense because he's like,
I hate seeing that whenever I'm searching. Like, man, I don't want the Snapchat. I want the vids. I want those pro vids, man. Get those 30-second clips out of here.
yeah.
Screwing up my feed.
A lot of those chicks make lots of money off Snapchat.
My search.
Yeah, man, that makes.
And sometimes
My poor
that's
thumb.
that's the only video you're gonna get.
Yeah. Just scroll, dude. Go to like page 4. You'll find something good.
It is funny how like Snapchat, for some odd reason, to a lot of people, it's like. I mean, I don't know. It's like, no, I don't do porn. I don't want to say they don't do porn, but it's just like I haven't. No, I'm good because I do the Snapchat stuff. I haven't stooped to doing porn. It's like, I mean, You kinda, a little bit maybe, but no, it's different. It's different. It's Snapchat.
Those double fours mean we got to go.
Do you want to shut it down or you want to take a break?
Oh, break.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go for now.
Be right back.
The double fours.
Keeps hanging up. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
And
we're back.
Okay, never mind. Oh.
We're back. We're so back. Can you hear me?
Baby, I'm back.
I hate that weird breathing thing you do right before Smilie hits record. It makes you sound or makes you feel very uncomfortable.
Weird thing I do?
Yeah, just
Is it like a...
it's almost like pre-O. Yeah. Or during intercourse. That sort of labored short breath.
It makes you slightly aroused? Is that what makes you feel uncomfortable?
Little warm sensation goes down to my nethers. And then it sends a signal back to my brain to...
Don't be into that. You can't be into that.
Well, now I'm just going to...
And your wiener's like, no, we're into this. You're like, no, we're not.
I'm going to...
It's like, we're getting hard, baby.
I'm
There
gonna
ain't no
s-
stopping.
I'm going to somehow record you doing that. And then...
Just
You
put,
Put
listen
that
to it
over-
like ASMR and be like,
Well, no, I'm going to put it over the Lil Xan, Riley Reid sex tape.
I don't think there's video of that.
Sex thing.
Maybe there is. I'm not searching that.
It's got to come out eventually, right?
I mean,
Not that I'm clamoring for it, but, you know.
some guy boozed up and on pills just does not seem like a great lover.
Maybe
Or
he's
a
just like-
fantastic lover.
maybe he just had like, he was at that sweet spot where he just had like an infinite hard on. He couldn't come.
Well,
And she just rode him.
she was very sweet and nice, but I will say that she, in so many words, didn't give him the best of reviews, I guess.
Oh, really?
Because they were like, oh, did you blow your fucking mind? She was like, he's very sweet. It's like, oh, okay.
Blew your mind for like 3 minutes.
I don't know what would have made me feel better. Like, oh, man, he fucking made her come 20 times, squirted everywhere. But like, okay, maybe the fucking pills are doing the thing. Every time I see that guy, like, that's what annoys me about him. Is like, he's got like 2 lazy eyes.
I was about to ask, I bet he has half eyes.
Yeah, they're always
And he
like
has
that.
Z all over
Yeah.
his face.
Because he's tired, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he just always looks like that. He always sounds
I
like
think
that.
he just like melted into her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't imagine that guy being.
He just cuddled her. Oh, you're so soft.
She probably did all the
I bet
work.
she is soft. Doesn't Post Malone have like tattoos referencing how tired he is?
Oh, actually, yeah, he has one that says "so tired."
Yeah.
If these guys would stay off the shit that makes you tired.
You know, John Lennon wrote a song about being tired, and it was really great. I suggest they do the same. How about that?
Maybe just stop right. You know what's funny is I feel like Post Malone gets like
I just took that cloud out. You see that?
he's accepted.
Yeah, he's performing with Ozzy soon.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's one of those guys that like
Weird sound.
I've disliked for so long, but I have a feeling because when he keeps popping up in places, I'm like, why are people? He's probably a really cool guy. I'm just going to assume that he's like really cool, really
Grand Prairie
personable.
boy.
That's true. They have a good
I
reputation.
thought he was
guess.
from Grapevine.
Whatever.
Grapevine is
Grand.
Salt North Texas.
You got the G.
Although, I might rather spend time in Grapevine than Grand Prairie.
I saw
Grand
Primus in Grand Prairie in 2004.
Grand Prairie has better scenery if you go a little bit more south, like towards was it Joe Pool?
Yeah.
South, around that.
Uh-huh.
But man, it's just sort of it's very bumpkin-esque.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
A Grand Prairie makes me think that.
I'm down there every week, so I
really?
see.
Are you in that area too? Driving towards that area at least?
Yeah, I'm at the wall.
You're
the
skirting it.
Dallas Grand Prairie line.
The line.
We're out there up a loop 12
Yeah.
I don't
and 20.
I don't get out that way very often.
No, there's nothing out there. There's nothing to see.
Hey, DBU's out there, man.
DBU, I don't even know what that is.
Dallas Baptist University.
Yeah,
It's actually it's a pretty campus.
okay.
It's on a hill.
You ever been to a shitty campus though? All campuses are kind of nice.
Mountain View College, right down the road. Not a good campus.
I've never even heard of that.
Neither have I until I got it as a contract for work.
Oh, this is a campus. Okay.
But it's not as big.
A little underwhelming.
Yeah, and DBU's on a hill.
NCTC, not a good campus. I've never even been there, but what I've seen, I'm like, it just
Corinth?
kind of looks like a building in a parking lot.
What about Kilgore College?
Ooh.
Honestly, I remember as a kid being kind of
I think you're right.
I mean, it's definitely, I'm not going to put it up there with any of these, like, beautiful campuses, but I remember being kind of like, especially for a community college, I remember it being kind of fairly impressive.
Really?
For a community college,
It's old.
I mean, it had dorms and shit, and as a kid, I thought it was like, wow, it just seemed like this is very college-like to me.
Yeah. It is like a mini university. It doesn't look like just a place where people commute to.
NCTC, isn't that just a building in a parking lot?
Maybe, I don't know.
I thought it was just literally one big building. Where
It
all the classes
was,
were.
but I think they've added on to it.
Okay.
Methinks.
I
I haven't been there in 10 years.
Did you ever do any stuff at NCTC?
For sure.
Did you? You didn't, did you?
No.
No? Okay.
I tried to get an associate's from there and failed.
Jeez, dude.
Not failed out of classes. I was just like, nah, can't do it. I got to work 45 hours a week.
Yeah, that's better than probably what they were going to do for you anyways.
I mean, maybe.
Well, I mean, it depends on the associates. If you're just like, what are you, like, associates in sociology?
I was that weird 26-year-old. Now looking back, the age difference wasn't that weird, but I was a 25, 26, 27-year-old going to school with, like, I don't know, 19-year-olds, and just felt a little out of place.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine if I, tried to go back. I think I look the same, though.
Did y'all ever have, like, college classes where there were, like, straight up adults?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I saw a lot of that at Kilgore.
I always link the rolling suitcases with
To the olds.
with the older people, and it's smart. Like,
Yeah,
but yeah,
was your back fucking broken?
I always associate that with it. They're the ones taking the class seriously. Wouldn't that be funny if you're like, I'm 48 and I want to go back to college, and you're still fucking up. You just fail all your classes.
Van watering your way through junior college.
Oh, that would be nuts if you're living your like college years and you're like 40s. But
I can't remember if I was actually in class with this lady, but I remember seeing an older lady when I was at Kilgore, and then she administered a sobriety test on me, maybe a year later, for suspected drunken driving.
Oh wow! I thought wait, in the middle of class, she's just like
a project or.
Wait, so she became a cop?
Yeah, I think she might have already been a cop. She was just continuing her education.
Did you address the fact that you guys went to college together?
Definitely not.
No.
Did you remember your class together?
I was stone sober. I was with a bunch of drunk people who were making a bunch of noise.
You were totally sober?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's.
I
awesome.
had like caffeine in my system, if that counts, but.
It does. Get in the back of this fucking cop. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know, man. I mean,
with you?
I probably wouldn't have brought it up, but yeah, you'd be tempted though. Like, hey, yeah, we had a Psych 101.
I think I might have mentioned it to somebody whenever we got free and clear, but it was weird. It was very surreal at the moment.
That is kind of funny.
I recognize this woman.
I like how you said that's the one
holds
adult.
A flashlight.
That's the one adult, and you can definitely see where your lives went in opposite directions. Like, she went to school, now she's handling business, and you're just fucking getting fucked up driving around in cars while I get sober.
Just a fucking beat cop.
Yeah, maybe you've done better. You're a designated driver. You were doing good too. Yeah, you're a good Samaritan.
She's working on a Friday night.
You're a citizen on patrol. That's good. We're just coming back from a show or something?
No, it was one of our trips to College Station.
Wow, and you were sober for that?
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much did they pay you?
They didn't pay me anything.
Was this on the way there or on the way back?
On the way there.
Oh, okay.
I'd just gotten off of work, and everybody was pre-gaming before we left.
So I'm confused
For a
though. Like
4-hour drive.
So
Yeah.
you were sober, but why exactly did you get pulled over?
Oh, we were at Whataburger. I'm sure I've told y'all this story before, but
Someone fall asleep?
no. So we were at Whataburger and in like Henderson, I think, going through the drive-through, and one of the passengers decided to get out and take a leak in the bushes, and there was lots of messing with the person in the drive-thru. Can I get a number 3 with cheese? No, I want a number 2 with
Are they being
Coke. No,
funny?
make it Dr. Pepper. Yeah, they were just being stupid.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And then, and then I can't remember. I think, yeah, Ben was with me also. I think he was sober. So we had like drank a bunch of liquids, but no alcohol.
Before you go on, did you get your orders wrong?
I don't even remember that.
Part of me was kind of like hoping you did, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Oh, it's not so funny being the funny guy at the drive-thru, is it?"
But when I realized that the inside was still open, because it was like Friday or Saturday night, whatever it was, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna park. You guys hang out. I'm gonna run inside, take a pee real quick.
Why you just go in the bushes?
When I came back out, there was a cop like standing by the car.
Oh, that's hilarious because you're in the sober. Well, I guess if Ben was sober, but that's hilarious to me that you're the sober guy inside, and then the cop comes up to the car because I'm sure they're just like, "Fuck." Man, that terror that filled their hearts in those moments while you were gone, I think they deserved it.
Oh, for sure.
I'm glad you got away. I'm glad you're fine and everything, but just those moments where they had to.
But it was kind of annoying because he was like they didn't have security guards out there. They had police officers, but he was a trainee, so he wasn't allowed to administer the sobriety test, so he had to wait. And that's when the lady that I went to school with showed up.
Damn it. I was really that'd have been even better if this guy's coming to scare and then like you see this lady coming up and you're like, "Don't worry guys, I got this." And then she just throws you straight in fucking jail. So it was like, so did the guy say like, "I saw you pissing in the bush," or?
Well, I think he
Did it just look suspicious?
yeah, he was just like, it was the typical like, what are you guys doing this evening? Where are you headed? Et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. I can't remember. He said something about like some noise or something, and I guess being suspicious. But then he was like, "We have to give you a sobriety test, but I'm not like certified to do it, so I have to call like backup or whatever." And I don't know. It was ridiculous.
That's funny. That's how you started the trip.
Yeah. It was funny though, because the two like most particularly drunk guys in the back seat, one of them like tried to get out and like talk to the cop, and he's like, "No, I think you should stay." He's like, "I think you should stay in the car, sir."
How? Why would you?
I think he just wanted to make sure that there was like a sober person driving, and he didn't want to like create more problems with the obvious drunk people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I totally get that. But I'm just saying on their part, like, why are you like? No, just let me talk to you. Just let me get out and talk. I mean, I guess there's no reasoning with somebody in that state of mind, but yeah, it's just like, oh, I know in the back of your mind, it's just like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Are they like yelling shit or being funny while this is going on? Or are they
No, they were just they were sitting there relatively quietly, but they looked like kind of gone.
Okay.
Falling asleep on each other with their Alkaline Trio shirts on.
I do like it when they have to give you a sobriety. I mean, I guess they have to do it for really drunk people, but it is always kind of funny when they're like, when they see someone in that state and they're like, "Oh, this is like, I don't even have to do anything to you. I know exactly what you are."
The kicker for the end of the sobriety test, though, was that the lady said, "I see a little something, but nothing to worry about."
A little something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if my eyes like kind of were buzzing a little bit because I drank like an energy drink or something, but
Or just normal, just nervousness.
yeah.
I see a little something.
She was probably just, that was a stinger.
Oh.
That was a stinger comment just to get you to like, oh.
Yeah, that
Perk
would have been
up
funny.
if.
If you, like, maybe it was like a see if you would like, "You don't see nothing, bitch." Like,
Yeah.
What?
But I was just
Calls
confused.
your ass out.
It's like,
Well, the one
I didn't
time-
do anything.
Well, I guess I got pulled over twice, but one of the times they got Because I think it's .08. I mean, he's like, oh, you're probably hovering around .07, .09. And I'm like, well, one of those is legal, one of those isn't.
Yeah.
No joke.
Which fucking is it? Which is funny because I guess technically it was illegal because he didn't let me drive home, but he also didn't take me anywhere. He just made me wait for you to pick me up.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't wait with me either.
Were you guys at that party whenever I fell asleep in Jared's truck outside of a party?
Well, I don't know.
And I woke up to a cop banging on the
I think I
passenger side door.
vaguely remember
and
this.
I couldn't get out of the truck.
Was this the deal? Can you say like where, like the house it was?
I think it was Joel's house.
Oh,
On
okay.
like over on like Oak Street or something.
Yeah,
You
most
need to get,
definitely.
like, super specific here, but
There's lots of houses on Oak Street.
that's true. There's
Yeah,
lots of Oak Streets.
And lots of Joels have probably lived there.
I don't know. Maybe
Here I
there's-
am, giving you a story of me getting woken up by a cop,
So
drunken in Jared's truck.
do you remember? That is funny that you were kind of like, I don't know, doing the right thing. I know it's bad to sleep in a vehicle.
Yeah, it's illegal to be like drunk in a vehicle.
I was in the passenger seat though.
I don't think they care. I mean, maybe they do. I mean, I have an old boss that gotten like, yeah, he was trying to get another job, or actually trying to move up within our company, and like, it's fucking nuts to me that they didn't get it because he had a DUI from like 10 years ago. It's the same thing. It was like, yeah, I was at a party and fucking. What's funny is he said he drove. The craziest part of his story to me is that, like, I guess he was at a party and then drove to like the wrong city. He was so fucked up and just pulled into like an apartment parking lot and just like slept there, and then got in trouble for like sleeping in his car. But he wasn't even in the right city or whatever. Like, I don't know where the fuck he went. But I'm like, it's funny that like that's awful that happened, but like he didn't even catch you at your worst.
Yeah.
Like,
Catch you in the middle of the act.
but that's, yeah, they go, what did the guy do? He'd just be like,
I think I can't remember. I remember having a lot of trouble getting out. Eventually I got out. And I don't think the party was like broken up, but I think it was calmed after that.
okay. That's funny. Like, what would he tell you? Like, hey man, just go back inside with the party.
Yeah, go get fucked up.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation. Like, I'm not going to arrest you, but you can't go in there. You can't be here, so figure it out, buddy.
You should have been sleeping in the bed. It must have been great weather that night if I were able to stay in a cab and sleep off a little bit of drink.
How would they feel if you slept in the bed of the truck? Would that be okay?
I think they'd probably still call it like public intoxication or some
Golly,
shit. Yeah.
man, you just can't fucking
No, you
win with
can't.
these people.
That's why you should just Uber home.
Or sleep in the bed of your sleep in the bed of your truck. Wake up on a Sunday morning. Nonchalantly hop out, pop in the cab, and go home.
Yeah, but if they see you, that's where you're just like, this is my home, officer.
Do you remember
Who
Dustin's
feels
house?
like a dick now?
Right off of, I guess it's Teasley.
Whose house?
Dustin's house, the band house.
Oh yeah.
I woke up in my S10
Really? In their
out
driveway?
of the driveway. Woke up to
Were you in the bed of the truck?
cars. Yeah, my S10.
Wow.
Cars whizzing by. I was like, fuck. Okay. No one around. Sort of pop out.
It's funny. No one had any idea. Did they even wonder
Sunday morning,
like
though.
where you had gone? Did they even know that like?
We might have been at the real band house.
And like made a trek over there or
I
something?
think I may have gotten a whiff of like someone wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I might want to hang out too. But nothing ever happened. And that's why I was in the bed of my truck, drunk, and slept it off.
I did go over there a few random times, like them having like a full keg of beer at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, help us drink this.
Dear.
I don't
Like,
think
it's
Them wild
insane.
boys.
I don't think I've ever. I fell asleep in my car like and missed a class once.
Really?
My car was dead when I woke up. That was very embarrassing because I had to get my uncle to come out and be like, yeah, I guess I just left the light on whenever I went to class. But I was straight up just, I think I had some time to spare. I had some time to spare. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how that, because I definitely didn't leave it running, I guess.
Oh, maybe just
but I think it was one of those things
on.
I got like 30 minutes till class. I'll just like pull the seat back and just kind of relax.
Probably like listen to the radio or something.
Yeah, and just fell straight fucking asleep, I guess, for probably, I mean, it would have had to have been a while. Not like 8 hours, but I bet it was probably a couple hours.
Yeah.
Jeez,
God, that's
man.
insane now that I'm looking back on it. But yeah, that was the worst part. Just having to be like, yeah, I don't know what happened, man. Just it's just funny because it's like I drove all the way to Tyler for this, like 45 minutes for this class, and just like slept in my car, and then like got someone to jump me off, and then drove back home.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I look forward to sleeping in the back of my Camry. At some point. Not because of drunkenness, but maybe out of just curiosity.
At a lover's lane, that kind of thing, like a.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it really as I feel like the bed of a truck can at least have some romance to it, but a car,
yeah,
you're not
you gotta
really
put on some padding at the in the back of a truck.
Yeah, but at least you're like out in nature, you can see the stars. But in a car, it's just like, all right, we're in the woods, can't really.
Well, the back windshield's rather large. It's a mid-sized sedan.
You might want to work on your speech a little bit if you want.
Maybe I should.
Look at how plush this back seat is.
Yeah. Hey, I could knock those back seats down and we could have the trunk doors.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
You ever made love in a cave? Well, I don't know any caves around, but I got this Camry.
I wonder what I kind of wonder. I'm trying to picture like the seats down, like how there's like that weird kind of domey hole. Mm-hmm. I know what it looks like in a Corolla, but I don't know what it looks like in a Camry.
You want to take a ball of wine to my backseat after this recording's over?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. I'll just have to wait for that experiment, I guess. Yeah. No, I figured it's rather roomy, and that's a sizable place.
Yeah.
Or
you could like put your head in the trunk area and like open the trunk and like prop your feet up.
No.
You should just get a hotel.
The point is to not reveal yourself to any elements.
Oh, I got you.
Any outside elements.
Oh.
Like, yeah, that would be awesome. But
then you got fresh air coming in. You're like,
Then thoughts of Zodiac Killer out there, and it's like, oh well, fuck. There's no way I'm fucking thinking about the Zodiac Killer coming and decapitating my chick while riding time's happening.
Riding time.
You can't get off to that. So, sort of seclusion. I've got to have a weapon in the car just in case some freak wants to come and bust up a scene.
Bust up a scene.
So yeah. At some point, that Corolla or Camry backseat is going to be just full of loneliness.
I feel like this is something we shouldn't. I feel like this is something we shouldn't be planning in our 30s. Like we should have already like.
Hey, I made it known. I only want to fuck in the back of that car. Just.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
never
a bucket list thing.
Never owned a sedan. I've always kind of done weird stuff in small trucks.
that is amazing that now you have like, I wouldn't say it's like the perfect vehicle for it, but it's like definitely much more suitable for
a random car fuck. It's a good one to go with, This
is kind of weird because I'm looking back on all your trucks and I'm like, wow, really? Okay.
Roadhead was not a problem in that tiny sort of truck. So.
Okay, I was thinking like straight up fucking, and I'm like, man, really?
That was okay. Yeah, no fucking going on.
Yeah, you got to make do.
Although that was still oral sex and.
Hey, I had a CRV.
Toyota.
I had a compact SUV, and never.
You could have laid down a fucking twin.
Yeah, dude, because you could lay down the seats, dude. We got all the fucking band equipment in there and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot better than your Cutlass.
What's funny is I don't even think I thought about it at the time. And now looking back, and I'm like, man, I really dropped the ball on that one, huh?
And you What bands were you in the CRV? Were you in
Was it
Lewis?
O. Lewis? Yeah.
Yeah, lead guitarist.
Yeah, because I was
The chick magnet.
I
and
got
you
the-
never.
I got the Elantra in 11, which I guess that was like the last-ish year that we... I think that was probably, that was like the final death knell of like, not in bands anymore. I don't have a band vehicle.
That would be dumbass musician.
I'm a car guy now. 4-door sedan, baby. It's for kids and the wife.
And you're not like, music wasn't your art. It's about drawing, man.
Yeah, man.
Fucking music is stupid.
That's what it's always been about, man.
Music
always been
sucks.
about. Yeah.
Give me some good drawings.
Is that a good thing to go out on?
Oh no, it is not, because I've got so many jokes, guys.
Oh, you got so many.
So many.
So many. If we didn't have a topic,
Hey,
we can go. Into
we can end on 2 because I'm gonna tell Smilie the one that I made up.
Oh, you
think
got
I told-
an original?
Yeah, I told this to you. I don't know if you remember, but so I've been trying to like reverse engineer the Popeyes chicken
Uh-huh.
stuff and like figure out what they use and everything.
Uh-huh.
And I tried the Slap Yo Mama
Mm-hmm.
seasoning, but apparently it's not that. It's Shoot a Brother.
I remember that one.
Is that pretty good?
I remember that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, I was kind of wondering, I'm like, is that stepping over a line? But I'm like, I know the brother thing. I understand that might be racially. But, like, slap your mama, brother. I got to keep it, like, you know.
You got a little Dom V and some
I feel like with
little
the
Dom
right,
V humor never hurt nobody, right?
with the right crowd, I feel like a lot of people might be like, oh, that's not good, man. But I'm like, they're the ones that shoot. I mean, the people at Popeyes, not them, is, oh, God. Whatever I do, don't explain the joke, because that's not good.
Yeah. I learned that a while
Just do it
back.
and run away.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, oh, they didn't like it. All right. So, how do you feel about global warming?
So why don't ants get sick?
Why don't ants get sick? I bet it's something to do with insecticide.
Because they have little antibodies.
Thanks for acting it out.
All right, everybody. Peace be with you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.